Welcome back to Going Walkabout. I'm excited about this video as there's nothing finer than to be sitting near the aquamarine waters of a Mexican beach, nursing a nice cold Pacifico and gazing at the people frolicking in the gentle surf. Mexico offers so much in its beach cities: the chance to swim with whale sharks, snag a tuna, or just watch the locals strut their stuff. In this video, we'll go over the top 6 beach cities everyone wants to live in. We came up with this list of the top 6 after traveling extensively through Mexico and Baja, starting with number 6 and ending with number 1. Stay till the end as we'll do the pros and cons for the whole group then. Andale, let's go! At number 6, we have Huatulco, located on the Mexican mainland in Oaxaca. Huatulco is home to about 50,000 people, deemed a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve in 2006. The main town in the area is La Crucita. Huatulco does have an airport and takes direct flights from Canada. If you're from the US, you may want to go to the CBX in Tijuana and fly from there. Trust us, the car drive is not easy, so flying will be preferable. The area has several beaches, each with their own kind of feel and character. However, you need a car to get to them, or you would have to hire a taxi. While La Crucita is a walking town, the area is quite big, so transport is necessary if you go anywhere out of town. At this point, you'll be pretty far south on the mainland of Mexico, so you may not find many English-speaking locals. They have good grocery stores and some great restaurants in La Crucita. If you want a party atmosphere though, this is not the place for you. If you love wildlife and fresh fish, the ability to see whales jumping out of the ocean, then make sure you explore this area. At number 5, we have Los Barriles, on the Sea of Cortez, south of La Paz, on the Baja Peninsula. Currently, about 1,200 people call Los Barriles home. Barriles got on the map due to kite surfers, who loved the strong autumn winds. And of course, fishermen, who love the fish-rich oceans of the Sea of Cortez. The area sits in the middle of the heart of the Sea of Cortez with stunning beach views and a very prolific ocean. The town is small, very small, basically one long street. However, they have a supermercado and several good fruit and veg stands. The people are friendly and many speak English as they get many snowbirds from Canada and the US in their trailer parks, which are beautiful. This is small town Mexican life at its best, laid back, scenic, with great community. While the town is walkable, most places you'll need a car to get to, the beaches and some of the more scenic spots people like to go to. There is no Uber or taxis, so plan accordingly. Number 4 is Puerto Escondido. We are back on the mainland Mexico, again in Oaxaca, about a 2-hour drive north of Huatulco. Puerto Escondido has about 50,000 sun-kissed souls thriving on its turquoise shores. It began as a surfing community and now thrives with a vibrant montage of farmers, snowbirds, and of course, surfers. The main beach area is Punta Zicatela. This is also the main area for cool restaurants and bars. A very eclectic yet modern vibe has taken over the area, and you can enjoy countless days exploring its maze-like streets. And after exploring, there's good food shopping as well, be it the local supermercado or the local food hall, Mercado Zicatela, where you can buy produce and so much more. If living in a genuine Mexican beach town is your goal, look at Puerto Escondido. It's slow-paced, with lots to do and many points of interest to explore nearby. At number 3, we have Loreto. We're back in the Baja for this one. Loreto is north of La Paz. It does have an airport, so you can fly in from the CBX and some Canadian and American cities. Or you can drive down from the border, which is about a 2-day trip. Due to the influx of snowbirds from Canada and the US, Loreto is now home to over 20,000 souls. Originally, Loreto was just a small fishing village. Now it is home to 5-star resorts and golf courses like the Villa de Palmar. Beautiful, but costly. Our preference is to stay in town, off the newly built Malecon, where we can watch the fishermen go out at the crack of dawn to begin their day. There are grocery stores, local markets, as well as mainstream stores and restaurants aplenty, with lovely fresh seafood. This is a great place to explore if you are thinking of making Mexico your home. And coming in at number 2, La Paz, BCS, the capital of the Baja, home to 250,000 people. You may ask, why is La Paz so high on this list? Good question. The city has it all. A newly refurbished Malecon in which you can bike ride or walk in safety by the sea for miles. The city also boasts several marinas where you can look at the boats or even rent one for a day to go out and swim with the whale sharks that migrate to the Bay of La Paz in the winter once a year. There is great fishing from its desert shores, and they host a nonstop supply of international events, so there is always something going on in town. La Paz has skate parks for the kids, plus architecture and antiquity. Art is everywhere, but the real thing to look at is the beautiful turquoise bay. But wait, there's more. On top of all of that, not far out of town is one of the best golf courses in the Baja, with captivating views of the Sea of Cortez. With multiple large grocery stores, great restaurants, and more local beaches to explore than a normal person can deem to see in a lifetime, that is why La Paz ranks so high on our list. And our number 1 pick is Puerto Vallarta. Why, you may ask? Well, Banderas Bay, one of the largest in Mexico, is not only home to Puerto Vallarta, but Nueva Vallarta, Bucerías, and Sayulita. So you can choose from many communities in this beach area on the Mexican mainland. Located in Nayarit on the west side of the Mexican mainland. Puerto Vallarta seems to have it all. Nightlife, whether it be drinks and dinner on the beach with your toes in the sand, or a serenade by beautiful violinists. It could be an evening of magic watching some talented contortionists. One could say PV has all that a big city has to offer with the feel of a small town. However, not my favorite place to buy groceries. If you drive out a little bit to the larger supermercados by the airport, you'll be fine. However, in the old town of PV, the grocery shopping is limited. You will want a car to get to the other beach areas and for the aforementioned grocery shopping. However, when you are in town, you can walk to most of the restaurants and taxis are plentiful. There is a range of food from street food to fancier fare, and there are many local activities to partake of, like a day trip to Yelapa by boat. There is so much to see and do in PV, but the best thing about PV is just hanging out on the beach and getting a heavenly foot massage. And that's a wrap. That's the top 6 list of beach places people want to live in Mexico. Now for the pros and cons. I'll start with the cons as I want to end on a high note. Okay, the cons. Other than Puerto Vallarta, you cannot drink the water unless the place you're staying at has a built-in filtration unit, which we did get at least twice during our stays. If you want to buy land in Mexico, you have to be very cautious. The laws are archaic and convoluted, so a big buyer beware. There is very little infrastructure for trash, water, electric in many places, which can be frustrating when you come from a place where all this is done pretty consistently and automagically. Then there are the hurricanes. They are possible in all beach areas in Mexico, however, more so in many of these areas, and they are nothing to take lightly as they take out an already fragile infrastructure. It's still the Wild West here, and there are creepy crawlies pretty much everywhere. Not terrible, however, something to watch out for. They work at a slower pace, so if you plan to buy and remodel a home, make sure you pad for extra time to finish. Also, be careful and do not pay in advance for work. If you do pay in advance for work, you may never see the money or the worker again. Okay, now the good part, the pros of beach towns in Mexico. Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Some of the nicest people in the world that we have ever met are the Mexican people. They are so kind to everybody, their family, their kids, and certainly to visitors like us. Another big pro for us is the wildlife. Every day is a joy, as you never know what you're going to see jumping out of the water or lightly landing on a tree in a yard right next to you. Another thing is, everything is grown locally, so the produce is fresh. Tomatoes taste like tomatoes. Shrimp that is succulent and sweet. You get the idea. The last one, adventure. You get to explore places fewer people have ever been able to see, and you get to view the magic of this wonderful world. And that's it. Hopefully you found this video helpful. I have deep dive videos on all the locations that we talked about today, so visit us on our channel, Going Walkabout, for more in-depth information. Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, a thumbs up would be really helpful, or better yet, subscribe. Hasta luego.